Hello guys, Kai Miracle Reviews here with my first ever Living Dead doll review, which I'm very excited about, and I thought what better way to start off my first ever review with my first ever doll that I got. So I'll say right now, you've seen in the video's title, the first ever doll that I ever got was Hush from Series 6, and Series 6 was a very good series. The thing behind Series 6 is that it was 6 dolls, which was, I'm sure it was the first series to introduce 6 dolls, 6 pets, and Series 6, so 666. It was a nice little thing they did there. And we'll start with the box. And the box is of just a nice traditional Living Dead dolls coffin, just with a few minor changes. For example, the chipboard poem, instead of the drawn on pictures of the doll as we saw from series 1 to 4. I think 5 was different, but we have a close-up of the dolls that it comes with's eyes. For example, here are Hush's eyes, very close up, and I like that. It's very creepy, very ominous. It's really quite cool. And we also have the chipboard poem here, which reads as Shy little Hush and her pet rat Shriek, dwelling in the sewer, these two are sure to reek. And as it tells you, she has a pet rat called Shriek. What else is nice about Series 6's box is that they come with these handles, which we haven't seen before Series 6, but we do see after Series 6, I'm sure in a couple more series. And they're very nice. They're drawn on, like they don't come up, they don't hold the box. They're drawn on, they have these nice little bat hinges there, and yeah, it's a nice little aesthetic to come with the box. So that's all with the box, and now we're going to move on with the actual doll. And here she is, Hush. And I love Hush, I really do. I think she's an absolutely gorgeous doll. She's quite creepy, but at the same time I think she's just beautiful. I mean, she's just a beautiful doll. I'll explain why now. We'll start off with her dress. Now, her dress is a very olden style dress. I want to say it's Victorian-esque era, somewhere round about there. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's a very old, but all I know is it's a very olden style dress, which I think looks very nice on her. It's very long. It's tiered too. There are 3 tiers. There's 1, there's 2, and then there's the overall dress here. But all 3 layers are sewed together, so it's just one overall dress. There's no layers of clothing. It's just one dress, and it's quite a nice little frill pattern on the bottom here of each tier. There's a nice little frill that comes with it that just adds to the aesthetic of it being an olden times dress. What else we have is this nice little. It seems to be a bow, and if you look, it is a knot bow. I think it's meant to make it look like she's tied it around her waist to make it fit, but I'm not sure. We also have these shoulder straps, which I think are meant to show that they're holding the dress up. They don't hold the dress up on the doll. You can take them off and on. What holds the dress up, I think, actually it might be. You never know. I learned something new. The dress does come off. It's velcroed at the back, so you can just take it off and on whenever you want, which is a very nice feature if you want to customize your dolls, which I actually seen a lot of people do and has turned out very well. I could never do it. I'm not that talented. I just get the dolls and that's that. I think a lot of them look very nice without me having to butt in. So anyway, that's the dress of Hush. Also, it's meant to look dirty. I've seen a lot of people complain on YouTube comments that Hush's dress is quite filthy and that they got a filthy one, but I mean, she fell in a sewer. I don't know many people. Well, I don't know many people who's fallen in sewers, but I don't know of anyone who's fell in a sewer and came out sparkling clean. So I'd cut her a bit of slack. I mean, she does have some clean parts of the dress, but there's also very greyish tint. So the dress is meant to be dirty. Do not worry, because I've got her sealed. I got a factory new, and she's still like this. So you didn't get a dirty Hush. Don't worry. Next thing I'm going to move on to is her skin, and her face. Basically just her paint job, which is very nice. As you can tell, the most obvious thing about Hush, apart from the eyes, is the veining on her face. As you can see, all over her face, all over her arms, and all over her chest and stuff. And I really like it. I like it on Revenant as well. Revenant has it, and I think it's really nice. It's a nice little creepy thing to give a doll just vein. It's so cool. It looks like cracks in the skin. It's very nice. Sorry. Anyway, where was I? Yep, the vein in the skin. It is very creepy. And what's cool about it is that it's not just in the places that you see with the dress on, because if you take her dress up, you can see that it's on her legs all the way up. It's all along her legs, and if you take the dress off on the back, you can see that it's on her back as well, and it's all over her body. And I think that's a very nice thing to have on a doll, because it does give the illusion that she in fact did fall down the sewer and it's not just painted on, which we all know it is, but it's good to have that sort of detail in a doll, which I really appreciate. Kind of little things. So yep, the veining is very creepy. However, some of it does smudge. There are some smudges in her veining, which, if I hope you can see here, this one here, it is quite smudged. So if you're a perfectionist and you really don't like any sort of messiness with dolls, I don't think you'd be a massive fan of the smudged veining. However, it doesn't ruin the doll whatsoever. Like, of course, it is going to smudge a little, but it doesn't ruin it. It's hardly even noticeable. So, yep, there's that. And next thing we come along to is her lipstick. It's pure black, and it goes well with her veined, cracked mouth, which I think does give a very creepy element. And finally is her eyes, which have a very nice pink eyeshadow, which just makes her just so beautiful and creepy at the same time. I don't know how it works, but somehow it does. And she has very piercing grey eyes, and yeah, you wouldn't want her to watch you while you sleep. That's all I'm going to say. And yeah, I think overall her paint is very good. Um, like I said, some smudges here and there, but nothing that ruins the doll. The rest of the paint is absolutely brilliant. And the final thing I wanted to talk about Hush with is her hair. And I wanted to talk about this the most because I'm a massive fan of the yarn hair, which we've seen before in Macumba from, I'm sure it was series 4. I might be getting that wrong, but I'm a massive fan of yarn hair. However, Hush's is very thin. It is very thin. Like you could easily pluck them out, but I don't know why anyone would like rag a doll by her hair, apart from my sister. I don't see I don't see you having any problems with that. Just be careful with it because it can come out quite easily. And what I think the reason that they've made Hush's much thinner than say Calico's, who is in Hush's series, who's as much thicker. I think the reason that they've made it much thinner is to give her a kind of wet look, like her hair look a bit wet because she's fell down a sewer. She's fell down into the disgusting gunk of water and all that sort of stuff. So it kind of gives her that wet look. If I kind of mess around with it a bit, and if I can show you, yep, it gives her a very wet feeling. So yep, I think that's a reason. I think it does work very well because she does look very very disgusting, but in a good way. She's disgusting in a beautiful way. And there's only one thing I'm going to bring up with in her hair is that the rooting, while it is quite nice it's quite decent rooting. If it's not lined up properly, as you see here, you will see quite frequent bald spots. And they're not annoying to get rid of. All you have to do is just line the hair up properly, make sure all the hair is covering her head, and it is quite annoying sometimes, but it's nothing too bad. Um, you can hide most of it, but you might still have that one odd bald spot. So I'd watch out for that because it really does not look good on a doll whatsoever. So I'd watch out for the hair rooting. But apart from that, if you were just to see a viewer from the front, I think it would be absolutely fine. So yep, that is Hush, a very beautiful doll and my first ever doll. And one more thing to touch upon before I quickly end it is Shriek, her pet rat, which is Hush's main accessory. Shriek is a very nice little all plastic doll. You can kind of squish it and bend it because it's all made of one plastic. There's no articulation. You can't move any part of him, even his tail. You can't move at all. He's a very nice accessory. He's very creepy, very kind of ravenous, which I guess you'd expect from a rat. But I'd say he works very well with Hush's dirty kind of aesthetic she has going on with her, and I think she works very well with. I think he works very well with Hush. So here we have Hush and Shriek, two very nice additions to have in your collection. I can't recommend her enough. I really do think she's a brilliant doll. If I was going to rate her out of 5, I'd give her a 4 because while she is a very nice doll, I can't look past the bald spots and I guess some of the smudging. It's not too much of an issue, but it does it is there. So I'd watch out for that. Apart from that, she is an absolutely brilliant doll. I love that she was my first doll, and I'd recommend anybody to buy her. So anyway, guys, that was my first ever. Let's put it down here. That was my first ever review. I hope it went well, and I'll see you again some other time. Okay, bye.